So at this point, I think I found the end game for Beyond the Map, at least what is currently the end game. And at the time of this video going up, this island here is an island that requires you to be level 30 of 30. I'm assuming by now, after having gone to all these other islands, this is talking about you need like equipment level, I think, something like that. They want your equipment level, because I don't know if leveling up actually does anything to your stats. I don't know. And so I've been farming for a while in order to get my equipment level up, which means I had to get rid of the hat, because the hat was like, I think, actually I have it in my chest, hold on. Yeah, this hat was like for level 10. It's got 20 armor. This is like up to 74, so I definitely needed it. Plus, it has a cool affix on it. Allows arrows to have a 49% chance to ricochet to nearby enemies for 50% damage. That's kind of cool. It's worked so far. But for the most part, I've actually been grinding levels, and I'm finally at level 29. I'm about to head back to one of the islands to grind out level 30. And I kind of want to talk about some things with the game as we go to do that. But before I do zip over there, I want to explain, because these islands probably look different if you've been keeping track of what I've been doing. It's definitely different than all these other islands. From what I've come to understand so far, the way this game works is you go to these islands in order to build up your equipment to survive on these islands, so that way you can build up your equipment to survive on this island. I think that's kind of just the gist of how it goes, because I've been going back and forth to this island recently, and this is I think the last, I forget what level this island is, but this level has like a lot of level 30s there as well. I've been grinding over here in order to get the equipment I need to be able to go over here. But if you notice, like, they're different color, it's snow, of course. In between episodes, I actually went and made the Cloak of Elements. The Cloak of Elements, you're immune to all negative weather. They gave me that mission because this island is in the snow, and when you go to the snow, if you don't have this cloak, the weather condition starts taking away your health and slows you down when you're running. So it is actually hard required, from what it seems, in order to end the game, it is hard required to have this cloak. And I say in order to end the game because the next mission I have is find who commands the undead. So with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and get back to the island that I've been on and grind out to level 30 so that we can actually go see what we're looking at on that island. But as I go to finish grinding out levels, I think I should probably talk about what I think of the game overall. So yeah, let's get that going. After having grinded the game in order to prepare for the final boss, I've messed around with the mechanics and general gameplay enough to get a feel on what I hope the devs take into consideration moving forward. My overall view of the game is that it has great potential, but being that it is still early in the game's life, I feel it's approaching a crossroads, and every bit of information we can give back is going to be crucial for the glitch goblins to fill the gaps properly. To start off, I understand that this game is focusing on the traditional 1 versus 100 approach most ARPGs take in terms of combat, and with that, balancing is going to be crucial. I can't get footage of it, but I assume those of you who played vanilla Diablo 3 remembers getting charged by a bull from off screen and blowing up, or getting hit with an Ents flower attack and melting. And then there were the Khazra spear throwers. I still get tilted thinking of them. Over several patches, Blizzard was able to better balance them to remain strong enough, but not run ending just for existing. This game is very much going to need that. The ghost blowing up on you, the blood spew attacks, for some reason, the tornado attacks from the wind elementals. There are a lot of examples in this game that point to needed adjustments. On top of this, with the unfortunate choice of limiting movement abilities with cooldowns, a lot of the time if you find yourself in a bad spot, it's just death because you can't create enough space. So we also likely need to look at leash range for mobs and also aggro range. I can't tell if mobs are pulled in groups per se, or if any form of hostility in their range draws them. But too often I found myself pulling far more than I wanted and just getting overwhelmed. Outside of that, I want to talk about the choice to have such a hostile environment that it requires a piece of gear just to survive in, while also having a drop gear upon death button. I'm sure most of you who have played the game this way may already know where I'm going with this, but let me explain for the morons still not understanding that these are simple critiques and have just finished typing their "if you don't like the game, don't play it" comments. I very much appreciate that dropping gear on death is an opt-in thing, which if you see my other vids, you've seen I've opted in, because this put me in a predicament that I don't know I want to risk again. These snow islands are so small and compact that trying to land and carefully put a portal down isn't always doable. One of them, I just wasn't able to achieve this. I actually got killed trying this. Now, thankfully I died near the shore, because when I respawned at my bed, back at my base, with no gear or raft, I found the glaring flaw at what I opted into. Now, thankfully, I had enough tier 1 resources on hand to make another raft, but I only just barely had enough leather scrap for it. And it made me realize that if I didn't, I was suddenly doing a mini speed run of the early game all over again. See, I keep my tools on me when I'm island hopping because I'll grab wood there since it's more readily available, because I pretty much deforested my island trying to make my base. Then I also gather the iron from the quarries and hunt for food to cook back at base. So when I died on the frozen island, I dropped my skinning knife. Understand, this was my first time going through all of this, so I learned the lesson, but had I not had what I needed to make another raft, I would have had to create another skinning knife to make a raft to get to my other raft and equipment that may not have actually been reachable to begin with because my cloak was on my body. If I hadn't died at shore but further inland, I doubt I would have been able to make it to my gear. That, or it would have become grab my gear, move back a couple of feet, die, make another raft, get my gear, go back a couple of feet, die, and at some point, uninstall the game. See, I say all of this to say, if you're going to have such hostile environments, potions, or something other than just one piece of gear that requires a lot of farming to make, by the way, is going to be needed for those who do opt into losing their stuff on death, simply to prevent losing everything just because they pulled far too many mobs that they can't kite properly and get one-shotted because we still need balancing. See how I tied all that in together. But anyway, here's level 30. All right, level 30. That took a minute. I have a couple things I want to grab while I'm here, and then we're gonna head back and drop things off. Right, so we gotta cut through, we gotta get rid of all of this real quick. I need to make another set of arrows, and then we're hopping in the raft, and we're heading to over here. Actually, I want to go check over here first real quick, because I couldn't find any chest piece over there, any higher end chest piece over there. I'm wondering if this island would spawn something different. So I'm gonna go check over there real quick for any extra chest pieces. And if not, we're going straight to the level 30 island. Alright, here it is. Nothing on the coast? No. Now, does that change when I touch the ground? Like if I dismount and touch it? No. Okay. So quickly, I'll just do this here. There we go. The worst comes the worst. I could teleport here and get it. Although I kind of have to die. I have to fight near it. Not too close to the center if it is a boss. I don't know what's here, but I would have to fight near the center of the island, but close enough to this so that way if I have to teleport back here, I don't die trying to get to the damn thing because of the weather condition. Okay, there are enemies here. Yeah, this is a bit different. Yeah, the ground's changing here, so... Skeleton Overlord, okay. Well, I'll look at that in a second. What I'm actually gonna do is see if I can run around and clear the island out, so that way I can kite all I need to without running into enemies. Ah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna have a choice. I don't know what that is. Oh, I'm not gonna have a choice anyways. Actually, it looks like he left. No, he's doing the range thing again. Oh my god, you're actually easy. You're actually easy. Ow. I take it back, my bad. I used the wrong thing. Okay, clear them out. As long as I don't take that one hit too directly. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Thank God I picked up a movement ability. Holy hell. The Overlord has defeated greater challenges await in the next update, huh? Hey, that's a book. Use automatically when needed? Is there something in the center I need to look at? Okay. Yeah, use that damn shotgun ability. Putting everything into my E. All I ever had to do was actually get right on top of them and just shotgun them. It's a little anticlimactic, I guess. There's nothing in the center, though. A lot of giant bones. I'm assuming this is like supposed to hype him up a little bit. Yeah, all right. I guess that's beyond the map.